switch on the track, but without lyrics, and your students have to express their feelings. What do they feel?
Oh yes, oh that is a good one. So not even songs but music. What feelings do you have? Yeah, this is the best one. Okay, thing is, we were talking about the students' lacks of vocabulary. So first one we did mention is about we need to teach them to ask questions. That's the first thing that we need to teach them, right? Why, where, and who? Give an opinion. They might just not know how to do that at elementary, beginner level. Now, to answer the question why, they need to give reasons. And also, again, why it could also be something like comparing and contrasting. That is also. This is some basic language, but sometimes we take it for granted. And we are not aware that students might not be able to express their opinion because they don't know how to. All right, or to compare something again because they don't know how to. Right. So the last one is examples. Not only and but also for example and so on. So that's the tip. Teach them first the language that they need. Make sure that they know for a fact what is expected of them. Okay. Next one, just the questions. We have some discussions and conversations dying out really quickly. Now let's look at the questions. Are they encouraging or no?
No.
So what kind of questions we have to prompt the conversation?
Not yes or no.
Exactly. So this is a closed question, right? But instead of just writing your own questions, which again takes some time. The thing is, now we teach students to ask questions. They don't necessarily practice it a lot. They change the intonation of a statement that is also not necessarily correctly structured. So let's say the question is, did you do anything fun at the weekend? Now, let's leave only this one. Okay, did you do anything fun at the weekend? And leave these question words over here. Give students the liberty to choose what the next question is going to be. The person says, no. Then what were you doing? Or where were you spending it? Anyway, why it's not good? And so on and so forth. That is my ideas that I could write, and they will probably be answering, but not so much. If you just give them these questions around a regular yes/no question, that could also be something else.
Excuse me, can you make sure that I understood you correctly?
Yeah.
Do you give the instructions to ask those yes or no questions, and then you ask them to ask a follow-up question?
Yeah, basically I write it like this. My weekend was, for instance, that's it. First they share. If you ask this one, did you do anything fun? If it is not fun, they just say no. But my weekend was lazy, my weekend was interesting, my weekend was lovely, and so on and so forth. So first of all, we also practice some vocabulary. Second of all, my weekend was, and then we give the liberty to ask the questions. I cannot close the door. Unnecessary sounds coming in. Okay. Now the questions. Yeah, over here they ask them themselves. I didn't write, prepare anything beforehand, and this is closer to the natural conversation. They don't have the script when they have the conversation. In this way, they start actually thinking in English. So my next reaction will be to ask a question, not written by a teacher. Yeah. Of course, the first time you do that, it will be difficult. The second probably is also a challenge. Third one could also be, the groups are different, but the more you do that, the more used they are to this, and the more liberty they have, the more autonomy they have, and they also apply the knowledge they already have. All right. Okay, so we'll try to devise alternatives to the tasks that we already have and try to reform them. But first, let's decide when you best personally learn in 1 minute for you and your partners to discuss.
Especially when I hear this in the song. A problem, but it's
Okay.
really not a story.
So the next thing is, do you remember what your partner told you?
Huh?
Do you remember what your partner told you?
No.
Yes.
More or less. Okay. So you remember what you have in mind when you say, I learn information better, and some ideas from your partner. Now, keep this information in mind and find yourself a new partner. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Yes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay. Number 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4. Here's the 1. 1 here. 3 here. 3 here. 3 4. 1 yeah. Number 4 and 4.
Number 4, number 4.
3. This is how our students feel. Yeah. Not feeling bad.
I do this quite often.
Yeah. Especially now again, like in the whole group is just. Okay. So next step is now with your new group, share the information that you discussed with your first group. How you feel and how your partners feel when they learn information better. Okay, just a couple of minutes.
That's not learn information
Did you make a wish?
in successful situations and shop for exactly for another reason to realize the next time material. When they have media, songs, books, so they can also
But this was mentioned.
it is one of the
That's inside
information, very memorable right and watch the movie on YouTube, it is very stunning. It can motivate any only information we have right now.
Who needs anything to make you
And 1, 2, 3, share with us the ideas. Okay, so is there anything common for your new group, for your previous group, how you guys learn information better?
We discussed together, we didn't.
So what is?
Still like importance and the brightness of the like impression.
Okay.
Impression is emotions, basically. Emotions, yes.
Good. Anything else?
Well, the guys were saying about practice, and we were discussing with my previous partners something like doing
Okay,
stuff.
no problem. So, not only, so application of the knowledge. Yeah, alright, good. Anything else that we could add?
We remember better when we can apply it in practice.
Again, yes, okay, good. So when it is needed, we
Yeah.
see the importance of it. Good. Anything else that
One of the important was not being hungry.
it is also a I don't really want you to change much of it, but yeah. No, it's just some ideas how to go further. Yeah, what could be our next step, or maybe some substitution if you can come up with it. But mostly where to go further, how to implement critical thinking. Let's have 3 more minutes and then share your ideas. See if we have some very interesting one. Let's do this.
Modify, yeah. Well, first we can actually remove everything. Just totally. We can also use something without gaps, but use we will have to find it, and we can kind of put also colors and save the most contracted fields.
Oh, yeah, perfect. How would you decorate this with your colors in this?
How does the person feel and why?
Okay.
Okay, and finish up, please. Okay, this task, number 1. 2 people from you, total English, intermediate as well. Now, where we could go with this task further? Any ideas? What you could come up with?
I feel gap when I do something.
Okay, on holiday, on
Mhm.
Saturday morning, on
Yeah.
Friday evening after work.
And now.
Okay, excellent.
Present a list of sentences and ask students to react on the sentences used.
Okay, mime it. Okay, lovely, good. Anything else that we could?
What about like making up some statements that would cause some reaction?
That is lovely. Yes, okay. I found a penny.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Just a penny.
I found 100 hryvnias.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Yes, so something like this. Yeah, these are lovely ideas. Yes, with an idea. We could draw the actual smileys themselves and how they feel. Yeah, but yours, like a lot. Also, we could get the students to say why that's what I told about the situation with the weekend. We say today is because, last weekend was because, that's what you guys practically said, so we are on the same level. Excellent. So, make the sentence beginning. Let them finish this. So, alright, so, and then, of course. They hate it by now, but anyway, it's good for them. Right, next one is underline. Alright, and look at the sentence. I'm Olga, you are Nick, I'm students, you're a teacher from London, from Beijing, and so on and so forth. So now we can go further with it.
Like, let them tell about themselves.
Okay, lovely.
Or also
Or?
show them pictures, for example, some people wearing different clothes, and then guess like what profession they have, where they from.
Yeah, not a very difficult one. But again, for pictures we have to Google. For pictures, take some time, write sentences about you. Nice one. Yeah, okay. I am pretty much similar, but then they have to choose from the information that they've done about it, right? Okay, also about student in your class. Yeah, partner. Anything else that we could use here?
Yeah, like write sentences or like write variants for alternative answers. Like I am Olga, but what should we use to use are? Like what should we put as a subject?
Yes. So they have to write the sentence.
Yes.
Okay, good thinking. Because my next idea was it. So that is about personalization. That's what you were mentioning when you were saying if they need to say I'm from Mars, that has no emotional reflection. I'm not from Mars.
In this section.
In this section, right? In this. Or maybe by the end of it, but anyway. Okay, what about this one? How we could go further with it and play with it?
How would you decorate your room?
Okay, but then again, that would be a presentation, like a bit of a highlight.
Yeah.
What would be in between? How we could do that?
Like a perfect room.
Your
This
perfect room, this room. Okay, so again, problem with this room, it may not have all of the things. Perfect room works well. Your room, how you would like to decorate your room?
Picture.
Show them picture with.
Okay, yes, yeah. But again, pictures is like restricted. Perfect room is different for everybody. Yes, alright, good. Anything else that we could do with it?
Who is saying each of the sentences in what context? Like what is happening? Like
Yeah.
behind.
Okay, yes, good. I also had an idea that was closely related to make them create the exercise. So give them the words, and then they need to write 5 sentences with gaps, test their partner.
That's a perfect decision for a lazy teacher.
The presentations. Do not write the questions, write the question word. Don't write the sentences, make them write the sentences.
And then check each other. That's like
Sure, then check each other. Then test your partner. That's what I'm saying.
100% student-centered.
I recognize myself in this.
But that's lovely. They have to think about it and how to make it. Well, no, they're not always. Also, a small crossword. Even if it's 2-3 words, I'm pretty sure that some vowels could be arranged around. They could create it for each other, write down, then pass to another group. See whose group had the most creative crossword, evaluate this, and so on.
Should they create it with the definitions or just the words?
Sure, with definitions, because otherwise they will not time-consuming definitions. They could be working then if, yes, writing. Yes, so they could create crosswords and then present the crossword to each other.
It's
like
like
the
the
boss.
home tasks.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Could be set as a home task. Excellent. Then instead of writing the definitions, you could pair them up. They did create the crossword, but then you say, okay, number 1 is an object, and they already use the explanation. The person sees the crossword, and you didn't have to go to halfacrossword.com at home. That's already done. Okay, next one?
User error.
Yes, but again, for this one it's quite easy to bring it to class. Even with people forgetting umbrellas in the office, you don't need to do this yourself. But it's a good one, good matching exercise. Anything else that we could do? Anything I have to go creative with it?
And when do you need it?
Yes. Okay, and again, going back to the topic of clothes that I presented, evaluate what you would need in a certain situation.
How often would you use each of those?
Yes, yeah, for what purpose you would use it and so on. Okay. There's also one solution. This is a bit time consuming, but also very